Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, UK's premier business show where we feature business thought leaders, high achievers, and industry experts. Today's episode is brought to you by World Outsourcing Solutions Limited, a company that specializes in helping executive business owners with virtual assistant services and business growth systems. Here's your host, Yeukai Kajidori.
Hello and welcome back to the show. Today I'm joined by Keefe, who is the founder of The Heartspace, which was established in 2016. Kelly is one of those outstanding individuals, who is quietly but surely making a huge contribution to our world today through her concept of helping individuals like you and I, business owners, and even everyday people live from within, live from the heart. And today we're going to talk about how you as a business owner, or maybe anybody, can create breakthroughs in your emotional state, in your spiritual, in your financial, or even in your mental health. Now, that is a mouthful. You may say, oh, I don't want any breakthroughs in all those areas, and that's okay. But I want to invite you to listen in, because at one point in our journey on planet Earth, we are going to come against a wall, maybe in your spiritual understanding, maybe in your emotions, maybe in your health, maybe even in your mental health. And when you do, the concept we're going to be talking about could become important. They could become relevant. So I want to encourage you not to tune out, but to take time and listen and hear what others are doing and how they are creating breakthroughs in their own lives. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us here for the first time on the show. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for a lovely intro.
Thank you. We're glad that you're here today. And I know you've got a busy schedule. You've got the book coming out very soon, which I'm excited about. And want to know, what prompted you to write this book coming up? And then we dive deep into our conversation here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a very creative being. I have a lot of energy. So I've been an entrepreneur since college. And the need to explore different parts of myself and to find breakthroughs within myself comes through my creative channels. And so I've always been a writer. I wrote my first chapter book in third grade. I still remember the teacher's look on her face, like this was supposed to be a one-page story. Here's a chapter book, like help us all. I'm loquacious by nature. And so this novel came through me when I moved to New York City. It was my own processing mechanism. And then I let it sit for a while and I was like, I think it's good. I've always had the dream of, putting story out there. Stories are such a powerful way to teach and to help others. Yes. And so I put it out and it got picked up. And so it's another venture on top of everything else we have going on.
Amazing. I know you've got another book already, How to Write, the Rise Above Fear, which is already out there. And I would love people to find that. Where can they find it if they want to get that book?
I would love for them to find it too. It's truly so fruitful. You can find it on Amazon, Rise Above Fear by Keefe.
Amazing. Absolutely great. Now, let's go and talk about you. In 2016, you went on to establish The Heartspace. Talk to us the background and why you established it.
Yeah. As I mentioned, I was an entrepreneur right out of school. I had a wholesale retail company where we had novelty gift items in a male-dominated industry. So I had the entrepreneur bug from the jump. And once after 2 years, we were like, this is more an expensive hobby than a thriving business. So we liquidated assets and we let it be. And so it left me in the space of what next? And so as I was going through different discoveries, I went deeper into sales and personal development and exploring what could be the next entrepreneurial venture. What I didn't know was coming through all of that was being led into spirituality, meditation, and the healing arts. And so in 2012, I had a very interesting experience that put me on my path of the healing arts. And about a year later, it came clear to me that that was going to be something asked of me to bring into the world. And I was like, I don't know about that, but I knew it was coming. And so with spending time with it within myself for a good amount of time and then starting to take clients here and there, in 2016, we decided to properly found it and to bring it out into the world.
Amazing, amazing. For those that don't know what is the Heartspace is about, give us a snapshot of what it is about.
Yeah. So under the umbrella of the Heartspace, we provide tools and experiences to help people transform their lives, to live not so much in their emotions or in their mind, but to be able to create a cohesiveness between mind, body, and spirit. So we do a lot of work with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, looking at the power of our words and our thoughts, and do subconscious rewiring, and then bringing in an awareness of the energy that we cultivate and how we interface with everything in the world.
Incredible. Why is this important for, everyday business owner who is trying to create something, first to solve a problem in the world, in the process of creating wealth for them and their family? Why is, the work that Heartspace do is most relevant to them?
Yeah. So I love when you were saying in the beginning, we're like, do you want to have a breakthrough in these things? A gentle reminder to all of us, it's all connected.
Yeah.
When we have a breakthrough in our physical, we see a breakthrough in our mental. And when these two, we have a breakthrough in our financials. I know for me, every time I do the inner work to get everything together, I have another financial breakthrough. And I see this in numerous of my clients. And so, especially as we're in a world right now where there's more and more AI, and I'm not anti anything, but more AI and more digital world, the more that we can access people from a level of humanness and authenticity that can only be exuded from the heart, we can truly connect and resonate with those who may be our potential clients. And people can feel it. You can feel a resonance of care. You can feel that resonance of heart that nothing other than the heart can cultivate. So I see it, I've witnessed it be very advantageous for several of my clients and those who also operate their business this way. So to me, it's all interconnected.
Yeah. I'm glad you pointed out about clients because, one of the things you have is some amazing case studies of how people have truly, maybe were struggling, but when they started living from within, from their heart, and following the principles you share, that their lives have been truly transformed, and some of them have become ambassadors to your work. Would you share maybe one or two stories of how your work has impacted them, their family, and their community at large?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, within our last cohort of Permission Granted, which is an 8-week accelerator that we run, we had 2 of the women within there. They tripled their income within the time of the program being complete.
Wow.
And listen, I've studied this, I've been doing this for years, and I'm still always blown away when we see the results, because I believe it's not me. I've been led to learn these things and to facilitate it and to support, but something way bigger than me that's helping to lead these things. But 2 of the group, they were like, my income has tripled, going through, because they learned how to get really clear of what they offer, who they are, and how to articulate and share that in the world, and to set new standards of what's acceptable, this and that, going through. So that was just one cohort from a few months ago. And then there's still one of my favorites, which was one of my very first clients, which is just a sweet spot. And she's still one of my favorite humans ever. Renee, when I met her, her mindset was terrible. She didn't believe she could find real love, that she was worthy of real love. She was struggling financially. And by the end of it, it's up on my site, her testimony's there. And again, it's still one of my favorites, where I said, by the end of this, I continue to get promotion after promotion. Wow. She's married to the love of her life. She's living somewhere that she truly wants to be. And there's, she's a human. She goes through stresses and challenges, but there's a level of ease and grace to her life, and her remembering, I can have all of this and life can continue to get better and better. By applying these things.
Amazing. I love to explore some of those principles, that when applied will create breakthrough. Let's talk about maybe financial breakthrough. You alluded to it earlier on about one of your examples that somebody doubled their income. It would be nice to triple, isn't it? But double their income in 8 weeks period because of the concept. How did that happen? What sort of things were you sharing with them that the pets discover that they could do?
Yeah, I know I'm so grateful for it too. One of the big things we discussed, what is the perspective around money? And it sounds something so simple, but it is really, we live in a world right now where we've created money to simply be, a piece of paper or a card or whatever it is, and going after it, remembering it's an energy. Money is an energy. It's a consciousness. It's a tool that we have access to. So when we can begin to relate to money in a way and show up with a level of respect and communication and really personify it, it began to shift a lot for them.
Amazing. Yeah. I remember, I still look at that or constantly look at what is my core beliefs around money. What do I think about money? Every now and again, I go back to the old beliefs. You've got to work hard for it. You've got all those things, without looking at it, that money truly is a purchasing power that we can have, that is readily available to us. If you create enough value for people, create enough solution for the problems, you'll be compensated. Likewise, it helps, move things around, but moving from that place that we grew up with, a negative approach to it, to an abundant mindset, there is a process. I'm assuming that you take people through that process. Would you perhaps take Jim today, who's listening in there, who knows that they've got a negative approach or negative, belief around money, to a place where they are truly a believer that money is available?
Yeah, of course. I love you bringing it back to the origins of it. So often, always, the way that we're operating in our day-to-day life prior to doing this work of exploring the beliefs that we have is based off of all of the things that happened in our lives from 0 to 11 years old. Right. Our subconscious mind is running 80 to 85% of our day-to-day lives. And so from before exploring and rewriting those beliefs, then that's what we're operating from. I resonate with that so deeply. Of so many things happened in my childhood that I was showing up still, as a grown woman with these beliefs and these stories that were not true. For Jim or Bob or Barbara, whomever may be listening, to be able to shift, it's absolutely doable. And something that there's layers of emotional charge for us to do deeper process on that would be out of integrity to attempt to do with someone in the fly without a safe container to expose some of those things that would come up. But very simple to start with is asking those questions of, what is my story? What story am I telling here? And then asking self, not asking the mind, not asking our fear, asking self, capital S, capital S self, is that true? What is the truth about this? And just beginning to dialogue with self, to question those beliefs, can start to unwire that and explore what's the truth of this situation. Like you said, money is a purchasing power. It's a tool. It's an energy. It's readily accessible.
Yeah, amazing. We have a tool that we use, Kelly, to help people uncover, something like that on any level, whatever I believe it is. We call it the 7-level deep tool. And again, we'll put it at the below this recording so people can use that. Is you ask yourself a question, just like you have done there, and then you write the answer. And then you ask another follow-up question on that answer. Why is it so? Why do I think that is? And then you put it down. And then you ask another until you get to 7 levels deep. When you do that, what we have discovered during some of the sessions we do, by the end of the 7-level deep tool exercise, people become very clear that, oh my goodness, this belief served me for a while. Maybe at that time it was effective, but it's no longer serving me at all. Okay, if it's no longer serving me at all, why are we holding on to it? What is a belief that could help me right now? And when you shift belief into something else, your results also shift from what they used to be into something else so that it aligns with the belief. So, if you are listening and you just want that to send a quick message to the team, they'll be able to do that. Or alternatively, you'll be able to click the link below to get the 7-level deep tool you can use. Kelly, let's talk about spiritual breakthrough for a moment for anybody who's wanting to have that in your experience. Maybe 1 or 2 principles that has worked for you that they may, that people can get started on.
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off of it, again, I feel an undercurrent theme here of this episode is it's all connected. Yes. Where we can, and I am so for us separating into things, but remember, it's all connected, my friends. As we dial into the 7 layers, I love that. I look forward to looking at that deeper. Essentially what we're getting to is the spiritual truth. Okay, you went through the 7 layers. Oh, wait, that belief's not true.
That's right.
And through the lens of, my own experience in sitting with several Indigenous elders of different tribes. Again, my 20s were a very interesting journey of getting to sit with spiritual leaders of multiple different tribes from around the world and different angles of essentially what all comes back to from this lens of Kelly Keefe, of capital T truth. And when you're able to boil down and think that belief is not true. What is truth? The truth is any of us are capable of anything. Capital T truth is, as I learn to really be in my body and access my heart, I can realize I can move mountains if mind, body, and spirit are together in one. Spirituality essentially is presence. Are you able to be present with all that is and see the interconnection of everything? And for me, I've seen that change my business. There's been seasons where I found myself going more about the results and the numbers and the money. And I was like, something's not working. We would hit a momentum and then I would buck against something and it wasn't working. And I had to pause, step away and go reconnect with myself again, connect with the earth, connect with my why, AKA my heart space. Why am I doing heart space? What's my why? And when I could connect again, we're all in this together and let me move from my heart, everything started to move together again. The course is filled. We hit our next breakthrough and things continue to move. So I feel it's really deeply connected.
Yeah, it is connected. It is. We are spiritual beings having an earthly experience for sure. And the more we realize that we are beyond what we see. And if we align with that, I've personally discovered that the moment when I'm grateful for the experience I'm having and I'm grateful for the life I have and begin to look from a different perspective, things changes, some of which that are beyond, I cannot really explain it, but it all seems to line up and all works together for sure. Let's talk about people who have failed to create breakthrough in their finances, in their well-being, maybe in their day-to-day life. In your experience, what are some of the main mistakes that people do that stop them from having those experiences?
Yeah, one of the biggest, if we were to nutshell it, is fear.
Yes.
We as humans, we are so afraid of fear. We are afraid of fear and afraid of change and exploring something that maybe is beyond what we've known in our set frame. And it brings us back to maybe it's from something we were told as a child, you don't deviate from this path or whatever it may be. So there can be the fear of, well, if I don't do this anymore, then who will I be?
Yes.
The fear of the unknown is a scary place until we're in it. From my experience or witnessing or helping people travel through the journey of the unknown, it always is better on the other side. I like to say the universe only trades up. If something's leaving your life, or you're being called to change, the way that you articulate this offering, or there's a new spin on something that wants to come out, but we've always done it this way. If it's not working, well, then it sounds like you've grown and you've evolved, which can be scary.
Yeah.
Because it's unknown. If we can stay in a comfort zone, even if we don't like it. And again, I've been through this. I'm a human. It's part of being a human, so we can all just like, if this is you and you're like, she's talking directly to me, take a deep breath, let yourself off the hook. It's okay. You're a human, but the comfort zone, we can even be in a space where like, I don't even like this, but at least I know it and it's comfortable. And some people choose to stay there. And that's everyone's own experience. But I would say it's really the comfortability and the fear of the unknown. How about you?
You caught me off guard there, but it's crazy because I've gone through different stages of my life in terms of, what stops me. I think I'm evolving, as you probably would say. Current, I would say, I don't know if I should be saying currently. I don't know how to answer that, really, Kelly. I'm very conscious of the power of my words, but I am working on becoming even more effective in how I'm working on that, for sure. Let me draw you back to an experience which you had, Kelly. You went to college around 250 pounds. And there was a massive transformation that took place, which sort of, snowballed into other things. That was a huge transformation. And when I meet people who have transformed their lives like that, I always want to know, other than what we've talked about, connecting with your spirituality and, living from the heart, what were the things that you did to transform your life to where it was?
Yeah, it's when I look back at that whole dynamic, because it was not only, okay, we're going to do this weight loss journey, which I wish for story's purpose, I had some huge, it was a light bulb moment, this and that. It was like a light switch. Yeah. All of a sudden, I don't remember what made it happen, but I was just like, that's it. We're going to start to eat fruits, vegetables, grilled chicken, a specific cereal, for branding purposes, I won't name it, a specific cereal, and work out every day. Yeah. And I could have one cheat meal a day. And it was a buffalo chicken salad from a restaurant I was working at, because I went to school full time. I worked in the hospitality industry full time throughout college. Yeah. And simultaneously, I was like, okay, this is happening. And my mindset, like, this is where I really started through experience. I didn't go seeking it. It just activated in me of the power of the mindset. I held to it. This was the discipline. This was the structure. This is what we were going to do. And I was not wavering, is what really started there. And simultaneously, I changed my major. Again, there was no like me sitting with it. It was just, I know I need to do this. Everything shifted. I shifted my major from education and anthropology to business management.
Wow.
And I started this weight loss journey. And it's when I look back at it, there was something that turned on in me that was, okay, it's time to become who you are here to be.
Someone once said to me, there are two great days in your life, the day that you're born and the day that you discover who you are meant to be. And it's in the moment you discover your journey, your purpose in life, everything changes. And sounds like you had that experience for sure. Amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. I'm just conscious we are coming toward the end of our time together here. But we've talked about breakthrough. We touched on one of the basic stuff that, anyone who's looking to create breakthrough in their lives, they can do. But, is there one more thing other than what we've talked about that you feel anybody who wants to create breakthrough ought to pay attention to this, or at least try to work on this?
Yeah. You touched on it very lightly within a way where I'm just like, oh, this is a friendship in the making of the power of our words. Yeah. Our thoughts, our words are creating our realities. And we live in a world that has been trained to become very reactive. I have witnessed significant breakthroughs with this next thing in and of itself, but which will also open the pathways to other things to put upon. Learn to respond, not react. Speak slower when necessary, thinking about every word that's going to be said. If someone comes at you from a reactive state, what does that mean, a reactive state? A strong energetic charge, there's screaming or there's strong emotion. Rather than meeting it reaction with reaction, pause and think about what you really could say to diffuse the situation and make it a productive conversation, aka respond. It will completely change the way you communicate with others and let you harness your power with the power of your words, which is then an up level, because then you're just the magnetism of every word you speak increases, and your thoughts, including, I'm going to double my profit in 8 weeks.
Wow. I love that. Learn to respond and not react. Oh my goodness. If we all learn how to respond and respond accordingly, we will make such a huge difference in not only in our lives, but in the lives of those around us. Kelly, this has been outstanding. And I know there are people here who would like to carry on learning with you and maybe discover some of the concepts you teach in the Heartspace. Where can people connect with you?
Yeah, absolutely. We provided a link to my calendar, set up a free call to dive deeper. You can do that. You can also go to the website, heartspace.co, or connect with us with any of the various social links down in the show notes.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And what's next for you? You're doing great stuff, but we want to know what's next for you.
Yeah, we are in enrollment right now for our next cohort of permission granted. So hopefully helping some more people triple their income. And then we are waiting for the dates of the novel publication and continuing to grow and expand the Heartspace.
Amazing. Absolutely love that. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to create more breakthrough in a very predetermined, predictable way, the concepts we're talking about today truly can create that breakthrough. It doesn't matter what area of life that may be. I want to invite you to really listen to this conversation. Alternatively, just go to the heartspace.co. You'll be able to access some of the content that we're talking about. Reach out to Kelly. Look, you don't have to do this all alone. Life, is not meant to be done alone. You are meant to do it with others. And as you walk with others, you're going to discover concepts that are working. And I'm glad you tuned in today to discover what is working in Kelly's life and in many of her clients. And I know in many of my clients, including myself, I truly believe in living from heart. So we want to invite you. Maybe this is a foreign concept. It's okay. You can start right where you are. Just start small and begin to figure out how that works and reach out for experts. We want you to succeed because we know you can. We want you to have breakthroughs because we know you can. I often say, take us on credit, try it and see if it's going to work out for you. Until next time, thank you for joining us. I want to encourage you to live well, live with passion, know that the best is truly yet to come. Kelly, once again, thank you for being on the show.
Really a pleasure. Thank you.
Amazing. Goodbye for now.
Thank you for listening to Yeukai Business Show. We will be back to bring you more episodes with success stories and advice straight from the experts. Want more? Check out www.yeukai.businessshow.com. Get your free trial of our virtual assistant service today. Just visit www.worldoutsourcingsolutions.com. Quote WOS18 or send us an email at support@worldoutsourcingsolutions.com.